Oh, I don't want to see me. There we go.
Well, I like the other way better. Yeah, I like that.
You got the background?
The background. Yeah, I like the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we are live. We're on Facebook and YouTube now.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, fancy. We got logos.
Yeah, see the new logo. It looks great. Do love that. I like the see where it's over here for me.
Yeah, I wanted to do I need to get a video or something, but I gotta buy rights to music and rights to fucking whatever goes on there. You gotta pay for it.
Public domain, man. Public domain music.
No, I mean it goes to YouTube, so YouTube's really fucking crazy. They'll boot your shit right off if it's not copyrighted, it's not protected.
What if I just made something? I wish I could find a music program and just throw down a little whatever, unless you're trying to like have fucking Freebird on here or some shit.
No. I looked to get like a good song, a real song, it's like $12,000 to get a license to use it. I was like, oh shit, no. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Not yet. Not until, you're bigger than Joe Rogan.
Not yet. Yeah, okay. We'll see. But hey, dude, they're trying to censor his ass. You see that? Fucking Spotify employees are threatening to quit if they don't start censoring Joe Rogan's podcast. They want to fact check because they think he's a racist. So
he's a racist?
Yeah, apparently they think he's a racist. So they're demanding to be able to fact check him and even decide whether his shit goes on the air before they'll quit.
Who's gonna quit?
The people at Spotify, because they signed Joe Rogan like $100 million.
Did you tell him that you do it for half?
Yeah, I'll do it for less than that. Like, buy my whiskey every week and we're fucking straight. I'll be on your network. We're good.
Sorry. Don't screenshot that white power.
No, but it's fucking retarded censoring people. Even like Joe Rogan's a fucking liberal. He would vote for Bernie Sanders, he said, and they want to censor him for being a racist piece of shit. Okay. That's where it's at.
Yeah, everything's a little crazy nowadays.
We have a mutual friend that told me that he has to censor his Facebook now because people in his life are getting mad at other people and they're trying to get him to control it. So he has to decide who he sends shit out to and not added to posts.
Well, okay. So it's not called censoring. That's called, trying to not be an asshole.
Well, I don't know, because it was because of people. That wasn't him. It was because of people on his. They didn't like other people's opinion on his page. It wasn't really trying to be an asshole. I don't think the guy's an asshole even a little bit. So.
No, I don't mean it like that. I just mean it like, if you're okay having an opinion, then you need to be okay with other people having an opinion of your opinion. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I'm sorry, but you can't have an opinion then just be mad when someone doesn't agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that our mutual friend, whoever that is or is not an asshole. I'm trying to say like, I mean, if he's a mutual friend of ours, more than likely he's an asshole.
Actually, hold on. I got you.
Just trying to put that out there.
There. Now you'll take back your words.
No, that guy's definitely an asshole. What? The guy's absolutely an asshole. No,
but I mean that's why I don't post shit on my Facebook at all. So I'm just not interested in people's bullshit. I'll go fuck with people, but
so that's another thing. Social media. I mean, that's something that I'd love to talk about is censorship on social media. Not only have I kind of fallen into this routine of thinking that social media is a downfall of fucking humanity, but like,
it is.
I mean, MySpace was, like the I don't want to say the start of it all, because I'm sure there's something before that, and I'm sure that someone who sees this is going to tell me like, oh no, fuck you, there was Twitter box 0 before there was MySpace or some shit. But like the idea is that MySpace was set up so you could talk to friends and have whatever, and then it started to be like, oh well, you're not in my I'm not your top 10 friends, so we're not best friends.
Remember, it was like top 8. They got the top 16 because the top 8 got fucking butthurt.
64. It's like, eat shit. Who has 64 best fucking friends? Regardless. And then, so on and so forth. And now it's like, what social media has devolved now to being just the anonymity of the internet in rawest form. But you're not so anonymous anymore because it's got your fucking picture and shit. And now you're just gonna, it's like, when we used to play Halo and shit back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna bring that up. That was completely anonymous. You can talk as much shit as you wanted to,
right? And
you were straight.
Now, as your face and location, everything is on there. So now it's like you're getting butthurt because you're trying to. I'm gonna say the same shit as I was saying when I was anonymous, but now I'm not anonymous anymore. So now,
well, I mean, we grew up in the same time in the internet where we were putting shit out there. I had no idea it could affect our lives for the rest of our fucking lives. Wow. Like, I'm sure there's shit somewhere on the internet that can get me fired. I'm fucking confident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the kids nowadays are different. They're like, oh shit, we can't say that.
No, yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's what a lot of people are dealing with now. It's like, oh, well, so-and-so comedian said some shit. Well, that whole Kevin Hart thing, he said some homophobic slurs.
Oh, about hitting his kid or something. He was gay.
5 or 6 years ago. No, he said,
I know exactly. I know what it was. It was a joke.
And of course, it was made in jest and it wasn't serious, but that shit got drug out. And he had to apologize and had to publicly address this thing that he had said that was socially acceptable 8 years ago or whatever.
Well, he said it. He said it because it was outrageous. That's why he said it.
Right.
Because it was so outrageous it wouldn't be believed, and people took it as fucking. They believed it.
Well, that's the argument now. Is what's the difference between comedy and obscenity?
I don't think there is one. I think you can't look at comedy as something that it's an escape from society. So you can't hold it to the same standards as society. If you're going to a comedy show, you're not going to a comedy show to watch the news. You're trying to go hear some fucked up shit, some shit that's fucked up, and someone's pointing some funny shit out about your life that you don't realize.
Yeah, that you can relate to in some way.
If you're going there trying to fucking catch a video or trying to get someone canceled, you're a piece of shit, and you should just never leave your house again.
You should die in a fire.
Dude, that can't. I was like, well, I'm on the internet now. I don't know if I can say that, right?
Yeah,
so,
you better be careful.
No, yeah. I'll set you up. You hit him home. That's cool. You get fired.
You got to pay me first, friend.
Spike that fucking thing.
No, but in all honesty, it's kind of getting to the point now. We had touched on this a little bit last week about the PC culture ruining comedy, but going into the internet and just being back into social media and that kind of I don't know the word. I don't want to say atmosphere because that's wrong, but like that ability to be anonymous and say whatever you want to say and do whatever not do whatever you want to do, but say whatever you want to say, and just no repercussions. It's like if you were to say some of these people, if you say the same shit to that in public, they're gonna punch you in the face.
That's the thing about it is people are comfortable saying whatever they want to say and not getting their fucking mouth blown out.
Right. It's like, when we were growing up, if you were to you say the wrong F word and you get hit with a golf club, man. Like,
oh, that happened. Yeah.
It's just
that really happened. Dude, that wasn't even like a gay thing. That was just me talking how I talk.
It was acceptable back then. You know what I mean? And now it's.
And honestly, I remember who it was. It was a guy in like a little hatchback with some subs. The thing was all rusted out and yellow. So I think he deserved what he got, but I got hit with a golf club for it.
Get hit with a golf club. Well, and that's what I mean. It's times they are a changing.
Yeah.
And, it sucks. but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? You got to roll with it, I guess.
I think social media is fucking garbage. It really is. It's who can say the worst thing the fastest. It's not even a conversation anymore. It's hey, blah blah. I disagree. Fuck you, cunt. It's over, and there's nothing else to say.
No, it's true. It's absolutely true. Sometimes people, that's their whole goal. That whole trolling thing. It's like the whole point of it is just to be the most obnoxious piece of shit as fast as possible, and then laugh, and that would be acceptable. Except now it's getting to the point where, man, like some of these situations need to have real conversations, and just calling someone a cunt is just not,
or
anymore.
You just post some really outlandish shit, like, oh, Trump fucked a baby, and he posts that shit, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, so we can't honestly have a conversation with you.
Did you know that Trump actually killed RBG? Just so you know.
He killed what?
He killed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I saw
sure.
I saw the video.
You saw the video?
He leaked it. It was on TikTok.
Oh no!
He made a TikTok dance on how he killed Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I have seen some of the funniest shit, Trump videos or Trump animations. The pro-Trump people are a lot better at making animations than the anti-Trump people. I can tell you that right now. The funnier shit comes from the fucking Trumpers.
Oh, yeah.
The Democrats is all dark and the world's ending, and all the Trump people are like, oh, fuck you. It's great. Their shit is hilarious.
Well, you know what? It's the outrage right now. It's the the farther left you go, the more outrage culture it is. Not that I'm saying the right isn't outrage. No one's coming to your house to take your fucking guns. That being said, there's way more to be outraged about on the left.
I hope they don't. That'd be bad. Well,
people are like, that's the right's big outrage right now, or at least it used to be, was Obama's gonna come knock on my door and take my gun. It's like, okay.
Well, no one can't
coming to your house and knocking on your fucking door. Hey man, I was just wondering if I could get your guns. Thanks.
No.
Yeah. No.
Well,
that's what I mean.
Even if they know they can't do that, it would be a civil war at that point.
Well, I remember when Obama was president, and someone had mentioned that. Someone said he was doing a town hall meeting, and somebody said, supposed to read this question from this card, but Mr. President, I want to know why you think it's okay to come to my house and take my guns. And he was like, whoa, no one's coming to your house. No one's taking your guns. All we want is just positive change in gun reform. That's
it. I know which one you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Man, he handled that so succinct, so presidentially. It was just like, if that guy didn't vote for Obama next year, I don't know what to tell you, because that was as presidential as you could be.
And that's the thing with that guy. He was really presidential, but I watched an entire industry die from his policy. I was involved in it, so that's the thing. Obama.
Huh?
When the oil industry crashed.
The oil industry dead?
When Obama was president. It's actually dead again right now, too. But
what's my car running on right now? Is my car electric now?
What are you talking about?
Well, I thought my car ran on, fossil fuels.
Well, there's still fossil fuel. It's just not worth anything.
The oil industry is dead.
No, it's just not worth anything right now. It'll come back.
It'll come back.
It's hard. Well, it's kind of hard on rigs because everyone lives together in close quarters, and Corona is really killing people in West Texas. So,
yeah, a friend of mine online just posted that her son got exposed to it like multiple times, and she has to quarantine her son. It's like, I feel bad. Like, however you feel about it, it's real. Whether you believe the numbers are padded or not, it's a real thing. So it's like, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah,
people can be like, oh no, it's fake. It's not fake. It's real. Coronavirus is a real thing. The world didn't invent this fictitious thing. It's not just the United States that are pretending to have a virus. You know, the whole world is dealing with this. So,
Yeah.
you know, to say that it's fake blows my mind. It's not fake. The numbers might be padded. I can't prove that's wrong or right. That being said, what harm does it do for you just to try to help out your neighbor?
Well, I mean, the mask thing is, listen, I worked throughout the whole fucking coronavirus. I wore a mask. I wear a mask every day, all day, because I have to. What's the big deal? I'd say I can breathe. I'm a fat guy and I can breathe in the fucking mask. You know what I mean? And I sweat and I got fucking fat sweat all over my face. And I'm not getting, I don't have fucking staph. I got staph from my, wash it, you sick fuck. Wash your fucking mask.
Right. That's always my argument. Dude,
wash your face.
Take a shower.
Take a fucking shower.
Wash your nasty face.
Jesus Christ. Exactly. Well, if you fucking like grab some shit out your nose and rub it in a wound, you can get a staph infection from that shit. Obviously, you're sneezing in a mask, you got a fucking herpes. And you just caused a whole fucking scenario now.
Caused a whole scenario. That's so funny. You caused a whole fucking scenario.
But I just don't see why people care that much. You're infringing on your rights. Come on, man. No one wants to see your fucking face anyway. I enjoy it. I love going to the grocery store with a mask on.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, you know, I kind of really, at first I really disliked it. And I was like, you know, I would forget. It's not that I have a problem wearing a mask, because I don't. I don't have a problem wearing a shirt or wearing pants. It's just something you do before you go out the house. But I would forget because it's not something that I would normally do. And now that I've gotten used to it, it's not a big deal. And I was like, you know, I kind of like the anonymity of just walking around, you know, like they see my eyes. And then if I wear glasses, I look like I'm gonna fucking rob the joint.
It's great because I wear the fucking one that wraps around your head. I don't wear that stupid medical mask, like a neck gainer or whatever it's called.
Neck gaiter, yeah.
Yeah, so I wear that, and I wear sunglasses and a hat. It's just fucking great. Yeah, I got AirPods in. I can't hear nobody. No one talks to me. I don't talk to nobody. I just nod.
For all you know, I got a fucking cupcake in here. You don't know what's going on behind this fucking mask. I could be eating a fucking chalupa behind this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got one. I ordered it for my job. I ordered it through a company that specializes in those types of masks, and they don't go like, which way is the best way? I guess they don't go around the ear. They go behind the head. It's like the straps. So one behind the neck, one behind the top of the head. And I just attached the one behind the top of my head.
That's actually, I just bought Katie one of those for the gym.
Yeah. Exactly. And hang it. Like, if you don't want to attach the lower one, I breathe fine. It covers my face because I have my beard. When I wear one that's too tight to my face, my beard itches after a while. So I just don't.
Oh, you're a pussy, man.
Hey, man, yeah, you're right. I need to.
Well, I can't. Listen. My beard can't get any longer than this, at all. You know why? Because it itches, and I'm a giant pussy, and I'll shave the whole fucker off. I'll go fucking all bald. I'll go baby faced to stop it from itching.
That's where you got to push through. Like you got to push. I just shaved mine down, and I'm at that stage now where it's itchy. So like I have this. You go to Target, man. Maestro. They're like little bottles, and they're beard shampoo. They're like, I don't know, $7. But yeah, dude, it makes, I don't want to say soft. It's still pretty fucking rough. But I mean, like, it doesn't itch as bad. So try it.
I have a crazy high pain tolerance. Like I can put up with some real fucking pain. Itching, I can't do. If I'm itchy, I'm a giant pussy. Like I need some cortisone. I need something. Like let's get something on this. I don't want to itch no more.
I'm the same with my feet, man. If I could burn myself, cut myself, whatever it is at work, you know, there's always some serious. I almost cut my finger off, like when I first started this job. My middle finger, I almost cut off at the fucking, I don't know if you can even see the scar, but there's a scar that goes right through here. And like, I cut it to the bone. Like it was so deep that I hit bone.
Wow.
It's still, the nerves are fucking gone. I mean, I can't even feel that. But if there's a pebble or a piece of fuzz in my shoe, I lose my fucking mind. If my socks are on sideways and like the seam is through the toes, I'll amputate my whole leg. I don't want nothing to do with it.
There was days working in the oil field where, you know, get out of the truck, it'd be raining, and you'd step down and you'd sink your whole foot in the mud. Like you'd go ankle deep. And so your whole fucking boot would fill up with mud and sand and shit, and you got to keep working. You're there.
Going home for the day.
Oh, no, not an option. Not an option, man. Rain, shine, snow, thunderstorms.
Hey, you got any more boots? No, I quit.
Yeah, dude, I was on one. I was lucky I didn't die, man. I was I don't know the Sendero was the company, and I was walking on their tanks where they keep all their mud. Basically, it's this drilling lubricant, thousands and thousands of gallons of mud, and there's grading on top of it you can walk on. And this one was overfilled, and they had it open, so you couldn't see the opening. And I was just walking along and just whoop, all the way down to my neck. Yeah, all the way down to my neck because you couldn't see the opening because it was overfilled past the grading.
So you're neck in like quicksand.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it felt like chocolate milk. Yeah, it was so awful. And I called my boss. I'm like, hey, I gotta go home. What's up, man, dude? I got mud. I found a mud tank. What do you mean you found? Long story, but I got to go home. Hey, I need you to dude, I got fucking mud in my nuts. Like, I have to go home.
Yeah,
I'm going to go change the shower.
This isn't like, oh, I'm a little uncomfortable. I am fucking caked to the chin.
So I drove like 2 hours back and then took a shower, changed, and drove back to the rig and finished my job.
Well, dude, when I almost cut my finger off, man, and it was like I just started this job and you know, this is another thing we can talk about one of these days is toxic masculinity and those kind of cultures where it's just not cool to be hurt. You know what I mean? Like that, like you go back to work. There's no going home or there's no whatever. You just get your ass back to work. So I sliced my fucking finger real deep and I just started this job. I was about a week in. And the last thing you want to do in a kitchen is be like, hey, I hurt myself. I need to go to the hospital. Or, hey, I hurt myself. I need to go home. Or whatever it is, people are judging you immediately when you hurt yourself to see what you do. And it's like, dude, I wrapped a towel around my 3 fingers, taped that shit together, called my girl and said, can you bring in this quick clot shit that I have at the house so I can stop myself from bleeding and I'll figure this shit out later. And I cooked with a mitten taped to my fucking hand until she got there. And then I just covered that shit up, taped it again, and went back to work. And it was just like, there's no wonder that it healed so fucking stupid. It really needed stitches, but you know, whatever. I didn't have time. You know, it's like, it's gross. I got like a lump. It's like you needed stitches, bro. I can't get stitches.
I cut myself I was at a nuclear site actually in New Mexico. And I cut myself just walking through something. Some metal hit my arm or whatever. I didn't even notice. And I was working. I got stopped by the safety guy because I was bleeding all over the place. Like I was just working. I was just pouring blood out of my arm because I was sweaty too. It was hot as fuck. I was in New Mexico.
You couldn't even tell, right?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I didn't look, and I just
assumed it was sweat. Yeah,
pouring blood down my arm.
Hey pal, did you keep your blood inside you? You're getting it everywhere.
Fuck. So what are we talking about to begin
with?
We
were talking about censorship and stuff on social media. Yeah, sorry, I get a little sidetracked, you know.
Yo, it's fun though. So
well,
but I mean, the social media thing is why I wanted to do this in the first place. Because it was fun when Trump got elected. It was really fun to be a troll because people were really mad, and it was really fun to light them on fire. So,
figuratively, folks, if anyone's listening, figure he never set anyone on fire.
No, but dude, they went at me like crazy because I didn't even vote for Trump, and just because I didn't be like, oh, the world's ending, people were mad at me. So whatever. So I trolled really hard, and it was really fun. But now that's all it is. You're right. It's all it is trying to get someone to say something stupid and then jump on it for saying something stupid.
The idea of being a troll now is just not even being a troll. It's just, it has become a personality. You know, when you were online trolling, or when we were back in the day playing Halo and trolling people, that wasn't like, the point was to get a laugh because you got a rise out of somebody. But now that's just these people's personalities. Like they're just assholes because that's just who they are. They feel that they can, we all have dark and twisted fucking shit rolling around in here all the time. But what separates us from fucking animals is the fact that we can censor ourselves and try to be civilized. And when you're fucking online, you don't have to do that anymore because you're anonymous, pretty much.
Well, I think it's moved past that now because if someone doesn't like something you say, they can attack you anywhere at any time. It's not anonymous anymore.
I think that's a response. I think the counter attack or the preemptive attack now has become a response.
It has to be.
Well, I mean, it's because you're so.
Well, listen, the other day I said something about Kamala Harris. I'm like, it's not even a race thing. And you're like, well, sounds like a race thing. And it's because you almost have to say that first. Like, look, I'm not a racist. Even though she's a black woman, I just don't like her. And but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry. A friend of ours just messaged me.
Oh, yeah. So that's what it is. You almost have to be like, hey, listen, I'm not a racist. You're not going to believe me, but I'm not. I just don't like her. And then it's like, oh, fuck you, you're a racist. Okay, well, thank you.
Let me read you something. And this because I'll try to find it. So another mutual friend of ours, a different mutual friend. He's been our friend for a long, long time. He posted something about Baby It's Cold Outside is offensive, the song, but WAP is a Billboard #1, right? That's the America that we live in. And someone posted, I'm trying not to say any names here. Someone posted that coercing a woman to sleep with you when she's saying no and singing about our own bodies that we're proud of are two very different things. So I see the argument there. Baby It's Cold Outside is kind of rapey, but it always has been, and it's just kind of like.
Yeah, well, that it was a thing at the time, so.
Right, but it's still,
like Blazing Saddles is a great movie. Blazing Saddles today would be gone.
What's that?
I said Blazing Saddles was a great movie. You couldn't have Blazing Saddles today.
No argument. Yeah.
Monty Python couldn't survive today.
Huh?
Monty Python couldn't survive today. That was just edgy enough to get canceled.
No, of course. There's no argument whether or not what used to be acceptable is not acceptable anymore. Okay. The argument here, though, is that this person commented about that post in a way that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with it. I get it. What this person is trying to say, like WAP is celebrating women's bodies because they have whatever these women's, they're just because they can. Where Baby It's Cold Outside is a little rapey.
Yeah.
Okay, but the argument that's going to ensue that you can almost like sit back and just expect. You're waiting for the argument to happen because some person disagreed with another person, about something pretty obvious, right? You're just kind of waiting for the argument, and that's the internet right now. And
yeah,
that's when you first brought this show to me, and you're like, because you can't have an argument one line at a time, and that's what that's what this internet is, and that's what social media is. And this argument probably won't happen because of who these people are. I just know. But if it were two other people that we know, absolutely, you know what I mean. It would spark into a knockdown, drag out kind of fight. First off, I think WAP is a terrible fucking song.
I heard it once, and I thought it was pretty fucking gross.
Gross or not, musically.
That's the first Cardi B thing I've ever heard. I didn't even know who she was or that she was a person, to be honest with you.
I don't like Cardi B as a female rapper, as a hip hop artist, not even female rapper, as a hip hop artist. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't have, whatever.
They tried to cancel her.
Well, hey man, I'm proud of her, man. She was a stripper, and now she's a millionaire. Good for
Well,
her.
they went after her because she said some shit once about she used to rob people that thought they were going to sleep with her. And I was like, wait, so these guys thought they were the lucky ones to hook up with a stripper and they got fucking robbed for it?
Yeah, so
I don't feel bad for them.
yeah, they would pay her to come back to her place or their place or whatever, and then she would roofie them and then rob them. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, I don't feel bad.
I'm not saying anything that, but you know, we also have a lot of male hip hop artists that have said the, you know, horrible shit too. You know, Tupac was no saint. Is what I'm trying to say.
So,
You know, Jay-Z was no saint. Is no saint.
I've gotten questions from people about like music I have on when my kids are around. And it's I look at music differently than life. Music's an escape. Music, I don't look at music lyrics as life or society. It's someone's feelings at the time. So if a song is inappropriate, I'm not so worried about it. So I don't care, Baby It's Cold Outside or WAP, for it's music. You know what I mean? It's what someone said. If you don't like it, change it.
Yeah, no, well, and see, and that's the part of our culture that has changed so drastically is exactly what you just said. If you don't like it, no problem. Just don't listen to it.
Yeah.
But now it's if I don't like it, problem. No one can like it. If I don't like it, no one likes it. Period.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what's wrong with our country, if you ask me. I mean, just broad stroking, but that's what's wrong with our country. I'm right, you're wrong. Don't fucking talk to me unless you change your mind.
Well, it started getting that way like halfway through Obama's thing. The right started going crazy and teabag people.
It happened even Bush Jr., even George W. I want to say that started.
I don't know. I like George Bush. It was so funny.
I'm not saying I didn't like George. I didn't like George W. at the time because I thought he was continuing a war that his daddy started.
Well, you were older than me at that time. I was in high school, so
still I'm older than you. But I went into the military in the George W. era, and you know, I respected him as our commander in chief. You know, I wouldn't have joined if I wouldn't join now.
No.
No.
What if it was Hillary? Would you join under Hillary?
I don't know, because I don't think she ever got a chance. I don't think she ever got a chance to be our leader.
Well, she didn't because she didn't get elected.
But that's what I mean. She got Secretary of State, and you know, for Obama, that was enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I think that she would be a better president than Trump? Yeah. Only because I think that she has the resume that backs up a politician, and that whole I don't want a politician, you know, in this job anymore. I think that's bullshit. You don't want me monkeying around with your fucking teeth because your last dentist was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, I want a politician. I just want a good one. You know what I mean? I don't want a crooked one. I don't want
I don't want career politicians anymore.
Oh, that's a big deal, of course. Yeah, I think.
I think 8 years. If the president's 8 years, Congress is 8 years. Maybe give judges more. I think Democrats talk about 18. Cool, give them 18. Lifetime appointment.
I think presidents should be one term, and I think senators and congressmen should be 8 years, and I think judges, Supreme Court judges, should be 10 years.
Yeah, I mean,
even Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I don't think she was in touch with our youth. And I mean, I don't know much about her life and everything. I probably am, you know, my liberal friends are rolling in their graves right now. But like, I don't know much about her life, because to me, the Supreme Court is not that big of a deal, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a big deal. The Supreme Court should not be a big deal. It should be an unspoken, silent
court
judging, you know, atmosphere. There shouldn't. It's like, oh no, we don't want him because he's conservative. The motherfucker shouldn't be conservative at all.
Exactly, and that's the idea of having lifetime appointments, is so it's not political.
Yeah, the idea that somebody isn't neutral and is on the bench is like wrong. Like, you know, you got to be more neutral than anyone else at all.
Yeah, and they vote together. If you're a right judge, you vote right. If you're a left judge, you vote left. And it's always like a fucking disgrace if you do it the other way.
And that's why when people like Scalia, now, you know, he's passed away, but when Scalia would vote left, people were like, oh man, I can't believe he voted, you know, for this, whatever.
No, he was a constitutionalist. He looked at like, hey, this, I don't care if you're left or right. This is what it says.
That's what it should be.
That's what it should be. It's not, it was, it hasn't been for a long time. It's not going to be. And you're right, 10 years. I don't want to get to a point where we're voting for judges. And that's what they're making it in this election. We're voting now for the judge. Like, come on, man.
This is, I mean, and again, this is the same thing in the Obama administration. This is when Scalia died and we wanted to fill the spot. And, you know, Republicans are like, oh, you can't do it on your last year or your term. And Democrats are like, you got to let him do it. And now it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And Republicans are saying the Democrat argument and the Democrats are saying the Republican argument. It's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as that happened, she died like right before we got on last week. And I was talking to Katie. I'm like, man, this is going to be fucked up. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, well, they didn't let the Obama to put his judge in. And now they're going to fucking push someone through. And now everyone's going to be mad again. Like, why can't we just do it to where everyone doesn't get mad? Why you got to be a dick?
Why does it have to be an affiliation? Like he put up his nomination. I can't remember her name. And he put up a woman, which was the smartest move that Trump could have done. Is put up
I think it should have been a black woman. I think he should have put up a black woman.
Well, he put up a woman because we're replacing a woman, so he can get that vote. It was a smart political move on Trump's behalf. But she is a strong conservative, like super conservative. Like, if your grandpappy rapes you, you better have that kid, even if it kills you in childbirth. Yeah. Like, you know, it's
I don't know much about her. I did read one thing that pretty much says what you're saying.
Yes, conservatives love her. That's all you got to say. Is like conservatives love her, progressives hate her. So, oh, that looks delicious.
Oh, it's diet though.
Ew.
So it tastes like shit.
Take it back.
But I don't have. We work different hours, sir. I get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter what, for the most part.
It's only like 11 o'clock there. Jesus.
And I'm old.
What happened to you? You used to stay up till 4 a.m. playing video games.
Well, yeah, that was the only one I ever liked is Rock Band, and I was good at it for no reason because I'm not good at video games.
We can do this, friend.
I know, but then I gotta buy the shit. I was gonna do it a few years ago. I was asking you what to buy, and then
you can't afford it. Not now. Shit's too expensive.
Yeah. Dude, I wanted to play Advanced Warfare with my kids and show them that I could whip their ass in that game. And I went to go buy it on the Xbox shop, and it was $60.
Yeah,
the game's been out for 10 years.
GameStop buy it used.
Yeah, I did for $9.
Yeah, it was $6.
I was in Illinois, and I went to the mall, and they had a Rainforest Cafe in the middle of the mall with a big old bar. So I went and sat down and had a fucking giant Long Island and walked around the mall drunk and went into GameStop and shit. It was a blast. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, you're good. Sorry, I wanted to try to find something to send you, and I forgot until just recently.
Oh, shit. Is it a post?
No. It's about the show. I keep calling it the show as if we have viewers.
Yeah, we had one. I think Katie dropped in. Yeah, Katie dropped in and watched it for a second.
She heard us and she was like, fuck this.
So Louisville's been on fire.
What's that?
I said Louisville's been on fire.
Like legitimately on fire?
Kentucky riots.
First I've heard of it. And I know this is bad for the show, but I've been trying to keep my finger off the political pulse for a while because I've just been getting frustrated.
Well, I don't think it's a political thing.
Why else would they riot?
About Breonna Taylor.
I did see this, yeah, because somebody ran over a protester.
Well, that happened. Well, 2 cops got shot too.
Yeah, well, I didn't see anything about the cops. It's not that I'm
No, yeah.
saying anything. I just didn't see anything.
I'm more trying to segue into the Breonna Taylor thing than the riot thing.
What's that?
I was more trying to move towards Breonna Taylor than actually talk about riots because I don't give a shit if they want to riot, to be honest with you.
Oh. Well, as far as Breonna Taylor goes, I mean, it's such a hard subject for both sides, but ultimately she was a public service worker and she was killed in cold blood, and nothing really happened. And
well, I mean, I don't
like she was a gangster or a thug or whatever the president says about black people. It's like she was a good person.
Shots fired.
Dude, shots fired for real. I'm just quoting. I'm not.
Well, no. What?
There's no shots fired. That's a direct ass quote. That's not even me like saying he killed Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That was literally what he said.
Yeah, so I don't think that she got killed in cold blood. That's a little excessive. I think she was killed because the cops were incompetent. I don't think it's different than cold blood. I draw a difference there.
I mean, cold blood would be innocence, right? Was she guilty of anything?
No, I think cold blood would be the intent to walk up and shoot someone in the head. That'd be murder in cold blood. To me, that's my definition.
I think the death of an innocence. That's how I think of it. Is like.
But we don't need to argue the meaning. We both.
No. I
shouldn't be dead. There's no reason.
Death with intent.
Sorry, I just got a gift delivered.
What you got?
A little shot of Jaeger.
Oh, look at you. Where's mine?
She just walked away. That's why.
She'll be here in 29 hours.
Yeah. She's on the way. No, so anyway, yeah, we don't intent, whatever, so she shouldn't fucking be dead. There's no reason. I don't think they murdered her. I don't think it was an intentional murder. I think they were completely incompetent. And
how often, though, can we use that argument?
Well, I'm not.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, how often can you say someone's incompetent before it's just like, no, dude, you're just a murderer? Like,
well, I don't know. I don't know his intent, but they didn't know she was there, so it wasn't. They didn't intentionally kill her. They got shot at. That happened. But the one cop shot 10 times.
Well, I had to make sure that he didn't miss the first 9.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've heard it. When you shoot, when you first start shooting, you black out. You don't know how many times you pull the trigger.
Disagree.
Well, I don't know. I never went through it, but I've been told you don't know. So, and you get used to it. I think he had no idea how many times to pull the trigger.
That's so insane. That statement alone is so fucking insane to say out loud and be like, hey, man, it's not really his fault. He didn't know how many times he shot.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's exactly his fault for being there and not knowing how to handle that situation.
Right. And at the argument,
I'm not trying to excuse him from. No, I'm saying he had no idea how to handle that situation.
I thought you were saying he only shot her 10 times because he didn't know how many times he pulled the trigger. It's like,
no, I'm saying he pulled the trigger 10 times because he had no idea what was happening and no idea how to handle the situation.
But that's what I mean, and that's where the argument with these police shootings, it's like you're probably right. Maybe maybe you are right, but we expect these. There's no reason that you, as a citizen who carries a pistol, should be more trained than a police officer whose job it is to carry a pistol. You know what I mean?
That's the case though. A lot of times you go through your training and then that's it. You're out. You're going. Let's go. Hit it.
Man, remember it used to be that you always heard, especially on like in media, like TVs and movies and shit like that. A police officer never draws his or her sidearm unless they intend to use it. Like it was you never drew a gun unless you intended on killing the person you drew it on.
Yeah. Now
it feels like for a traffic stop, they're walking up with their hand on their hip, like just waiting to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
it's like, why is that the thing now?
Because they're scared shitless. They don't know how to handle anything. They don't, and they don't have training. They don't have exposure. They're just, they spend a week just doing nothing but tickets, and then something pops off. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't expect you to know. I don't expect you to have the answers. Those are the questions that need to be asked. It's like what has changed, and is it us as citizens that have changed so drastically that maybe we're acting more. And it could go full circle right back to the internet culture and being like, I'm so used to being able to say and do whatever the fuck I want with no consequences.
Yeah.
Now, when authority says something to me, it's like, fuck you. I'll say and do whatever I want. You can't do anything to me. And then eventually,
but I don't. The cops should be able to handle that. They should be able to sit there with someone screaming in their face and handle it like a professional. If you can't, you just shouldn't be a cop. Because that's part of the job. That's in the job description.
Well, I think that's the argument with the defund police thing. I don't think the idea of defunding the police is removing police. I think the idea of defunding police is, letting them focus on their job as opposed to on 1,000 other things, so they're not so stressed out.
But that's not the argument you get. That's not the argument that gets attention. The argument that gets attention is take away the money and vote to take away the budget and cut the budget and cut police officers. That's where the argument gets lost on the other side.
Well, I think just like global warming, it was bad press. They picked the wrong words.
Yeah.
You say defund the police, and they're like, yeah, you don't want police. I think it's really funny that the people who are saying defund the police called the police for help. It's like, no, they called the police because they need help. That's what they wanted. And they want to defund the police so the police have time to come help people.
But they're still screaming, take away their budgets, and it's not enough money. I think they need to spend more money. They need to train them better, more training, all the time training.
If that's the case, then, we should reallot the money to what is necessary. It's not necessary for a cop to have former military vehicles. Sorry. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary for the police to have, strikers. It's not necessary.
Well, no, yeah, they're not. What is it for? Yeah, they're not going to be a militia. They're not going to.
If there's a situation in which the police need a fucking cannon, then maybe they need to call the National Guard.
Yeah, it's that kind of what they're for.
I don't know. Who fucking knows anymore?
I don't know, man. But even that's not even a budget thing. That's just excess shit that goes to them.
Well, it's that. I mean, I don't know if you've had to deal with this before, but like annual budgets, and if you don't spend the budget money, then you won't get that same amount of budget next year. So it's like they're allotted $100,000 and they only spent $40,000. So now we got this $600,000 we got to spend by next month. Let's buy a
tank.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're not going to give us $100,000 next year.
And yeah, you're right. So changing the way the budgets are could definitely help. But the problem is that they said defund the police, and people kept running with defund the police. And they're still running with defund the police, and it's still a thing. And it's still an argument they make on fucking TV. Like, we need to get rid of police.
Well, yeah, and that's where it's gotten skewed. And then even crazy people on the left have taken that as abolish the police.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. It's not.
And that's when our fucking political system turned into our social media system. Because all it is let's say the most retarded fucking thing I can say on this side, and I'm going to say the dumbest fucking thing I can say on this side, and we'll never figure it out in the middle because we're just trying to get that soundbite, that little press, that fucking couple clicks.
Sparks the most outrage.
Yeah. And it's on both sides because, AOC said that the planet's flat. Oh, fucking 80 million Republicans have lost their goddamn minds. See, she's fucking crazy.
Yep. You're not wrong. In fact, you couldn't be more right.
Yeah. So, I mean, any argument we have politicians doing the same shit. Look at the stimulus shit. We don't have a stimulus because they couldn't get along. And they went on vacation. They're like, oh, we can't get along. I'm going home.
Yeah. Lock them bitches in a room. You have a job to do.
Get rid of them.
Do it.
Fuck them all. Every one of them. Right, left. They can all fucking go.
That one guy who's in the center.
Yeah. Well, there's one. Who was it?
It's not right or left.
He can stay.
He can stay. It's just one dude.
Listen, Jerry can stay. All right.
All the rest of you fuckers, you're fired. Jerry, you're cool.
Yeah. That's a long fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. That takes forever, but that's exactly, they can all go. Fuck them all. They're so busy trying to just out mean each other that nothing gets done for anybody anymore.
Yeah, they're trying to out crazy the next guy.
It's, I don't even know, man. It's bad. And our choices for president are even worse.
Here's where we disagree. I would rather have Biden than Trump.
I will weigh more in on that after Tuesday.
You fucking coward.
I want to wait and see what happens on Tuesday because
you fucking coward.
Listen, that might be really bad. And you have to be honest, it might be really bad.
It's just going to be, fuck you. Oh, it's going to be a fuck you eye roll. Fuck you eye roll. Trump's just going to call Joe Biden something stupid. Joe Biden's going to say something stupid. And then that's all. It's going to be back and forth. But I don't want to bully as a president. I don't really want Biden as president, but I would rather have him than the guy who might take a shit and grab the nuclear codes instead of the toilet paper.
And there's exactly my problem and why I can't say I want Biden or Trump, because I just can't pick one because I like them more than the other. If I don't want either one to be president, then fuck them both. I mean, I can't cast a vote either way.
I would feel more safer as an American with Joe Biden as president than I would as Donald Trump. That's just all there is to it.
I don't know.
Because if Kim Jong-il or no, he's fucking dead.
Did he die?
Isn't he dead?
Like, is his head like in a jar and they're fucking just keeping his head alive?
Futurama style. No, apparently the little sister is even more of a psychopath than he is. So like, if the little sister decides to nuke the coastal waters of Hawaii, and then Trump's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'll blast this whole fucking planet because America. And fuck that, boys. I need a steadier hand. And if Joe Biden's asleep, sleepy Joe, then so be it. Like, I'd rather him be asleep and destroy the fucking planet because you're afraid that your dick is smaller than the next guy.
I don't know, man. I've watched a lot of things with him and he doesn't seem there. So I don't know which one's better. And
one guy is too there and the other guy isn't there enough. I'd rather have the guy who isn't there enough than the guy who's on social media 24/7 talking shit about anyone. Can you imagine when Iran finally says Trump's a piece of shit and he's like, all right, I got you, Iran. Nuke, 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 nuke. And then we're nuked.
Yeah, it could very well happen. I'm not saying that I'm voting for Trump in lieu of voting for Biden.
No, I'm just saying that's the argument is,
yeah.
I'm not addressing you as your whatever, as a Trump supporter. I'm just saying like, that's my argument. That I would rather it be a guy who might whatever fall asleep on the buzzer rather than push the buzzer.
Hang on, let me send Justin an invite real quick.
Yeah, grab a drink. Well, why don't we sign off at this? This is an hour mark, and we'll start a new one.
Start a new one. Okay.
That way I can go grab another drink too.
All right, that'll work, man.
All right, let's kill this hour. You got a sign off? You got a fancy sign off?
No. Hour's over.
Hour's over. All right.